The college basketball experience preview and picks episode 4, Thursday, November 30th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Bet Rivers. Claim your risk-free bet up to $500 over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is John Sally, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode 4, Thursday, November 30th. Oh, it is a good day to be alive. I mean, I'm trying to remember the number off the top. I think we were, as a combined unit, 50 and 21 with some ties.
Yep.
50, 21 losses, and a few pushes, I believe. We're going to get all into it, folks, but we're on fire tonight. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Woo! The amount of money line plays that we hit on. I don't want to hear anyone talking shit for a long time. All right. I mean, we lost some games, 21 of them, but we cashed the fuck in tonight. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, host of the Big 12 College Experience, host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, aka Money Line Mac. How you doing, brother?
Couldn't be better, man. Caught some good action. Obviously, we had a hell of a day. You know, people said we were locking too many games last night. Is it too many games when you're hitting at a 70% as a group? I'd say we keep it rolling into Thursday, baby.
Yeah, I mean, we let's just get to recapping because there was 1,000 games. So we got to roll through this reaction stuff. It opened up with a bang early in the morning. Lipscomb 82, Chattanooga 68. Boom! I salute you because we both great minds think alike. I was re-listening to the show a little bit yesterday. We were both all over this one. I mean, they drilled him. Situational handicapping 101. What'd you make of this one?
I think we need to back the home team in all these early games if we can find out it's elementary school day, because those little kids gave the Bison a little bit of a home court. Came out with some good energy. They were even down a guys, so good win Lipscomb against good Chattanooga team. And we should have that every day, by the way. That was fantastic.
Multiple. That should bleed into the next one. Yeah.
Yes.
We both ate a big old bag of shit on the Army Black Knights.
Sorry, guys.
I can't take them ever again.
Hey, I won with them against you on Albany the one time.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
They got their ass kicked, man.
Dude.
They were down like 30 at one point.
I am not joking when I say I think D3 teams, multiple D3 teams could beat them. like a good chunk. Yeah. I would say you could probably find like 20 teams on the D3 level that can beat them. Whew. What's up, Noah?
Do I need to come in and add input? This team was beating Indiana.
It's Bob Knight Day. I told you.
YouTube.com/the college experience, folks. Great comedic timing by my pal Noah Bieniek.
Indiana beats Michigan.
My losses started off early with the bang, and you won a little battle here, buddy, because the Riverhawks were asleep at the wheel the entire fucking day. Moneyline Mac cashes on Stonehill, who I think is on the same level as Army, but they showed up today. Nice play. They almost lost outright.
I know.
They almost fucked around and lost outright. Whew. I mean, if you're a Riverhawk fan, I lost money on it. Fuck you, Riverhawks. What'd you make of this one?
Yeah, you can't lay these big numbers with these teams. As bad as some of these teams are, like laying 15 plus on the road is so hard to cover that game, even against a shit school like the Graveyard, aka Stonehill. I was watching on 64, and I'm like driving to Norfolk for the game tonight. I'm like, holy fuck, is the Graveyard really going to win this game outright? I was joking about the money line. I took the points because I'm like 15's a lot, but they were right there, man. They led it for a majority of the game.
Dude, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sitting there cursing. I'm glad we didn't bet this because we kind of thought the Campbells were live. Jacksonville drilled them by 14, held them to 48 points. Campbell sucks again.
Yeah. Campbell's so hard to predict. Up and down, just like a camel.
And this is how you know you're having a good night. I don't know how I pushed on East Tennessee State, but when I was watching, they were down 25. When I was watching, I was convinced App State's the greatest team in the nation because this was like the fourth time I saw them winning by double digits against my plays. I got ETSU plus 11. It pushed. I stopped watching because I thought this was a loss. And then I noticed there was more money in my account. And I was like, wait, how do I have more fucking money in my account?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. We got so fucking lucky. We didn't deserve to push here. They were down like 25 early, like first 3 minutes for the most of the game. I don't even know what happened here, but what'd you make of this one?
Are you sure we called it 11? I think we called it 11 and a half last night because I won. But I'm with you. I chalked it up as a loss, and then I'm at the game, and I got a tweet saying ETSU by the hook, and I'm like, what do you mean by the hook? It wasn't like 16. They were down 22 or whatever last time I checked with 4 minutes. Miracle cover or miracle push.
Whatever we called it out at the show, that it hit. But my personal bet was plus 11. So, I mean, well, shit,
Miracle
our record's better than. Our record's better than if you're counting what we said on the show.
Yep.
Youngstown absolutely destroyed Cleveland State. We didn't bet this, but you took Youngstown. I took Cleveland State. We thought the line smelled, and it sure did. It sure fucking did because Youngstown destroyed them. What was this?
Shout out to Jared Calhoun, win number 100 on his career, a Bob Huggins guy. He had those guys ready to go tonight in this little in-state Ohio rivalry.
Then you had Northeastern Seton Hall. Northeastern covered. We should have bet this. We didn't. We were both on the right side. And then came the big one. This is why you should listen to us, folks. Little plus 500 on St. Joe's. Getting it done against Villanova. And I took the point, so I hit both of my fucking bets. Fuck you, world. Oh, my God. This wasn't even close. Sit back in the recliner. Have a nice Fresca. What'd you make it, dude? Come on. This was a great fucking handicap.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention Billy Lang, the head coach at St. Joe's. He's a Villanova guy. This was personal for him to beat Kyle Neptune. They all want to beat the guy that replaces Jay Wright. Never a game I also think we crowned Villanova a little too early again. It's like these teams that win these preseason tournaments in these islands sometimes is fool's gold.
Yeah. Noah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm jumping in here. Villanova is undefeated outside of little brothers in Philly.
Yeah.
Brotherly love.
Penn and St. Joe's just loading up on them. We didn't bet this game. We didn't even call it because it was a D2 game. But I want to give a shout out to Albany State for winning in double overtime against Florida A&M. Whew. Albany State is not a D1 opponent, folks. We should have. I told you we should have bet this, man. I'm so mad we didn't. Maine destroys Holy Cross. Holy Cross, one of the worst teams in the nation.
Maine and Army.
Yeah, 15-point win for Maine. 15-point win for the Black Bears. I don't know why we didn't bet this. We ate shit on Morgan State. They lost by 18. As High Point drilled them.
They're making us look like fools over and over. High Point's rolling a little bit.
Yeah. We I don't think we bet this, but Boston did not cover against Albany. And we somehow lost this bet. This was a bad beat too. We had a 50-21 record with a horrible beat on LaSalle Temple.
Oh.
3 overtimes. This game was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Dude, LaSalle. I know you were at the other game, the Radford game, but Jameer Brickus, he had like 45 points or something. He had something insane. 41 points, I think it was.
And he fouled out, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how we didn't cover this game, but yeah.
Colby, let me ask you this. Is there anything more painful than when you have a dog around 5-6 points and it goes to overtime? That feeling in your stomach where you're like,
and then it goes to overtime again, and then it goes to overtime again, and then it goes to overtime again.
It feels like if you have the dog always goes to die in overtime. It's the worst feeling because you had the bet right. It just fucking ended up in overtime. But I felt for Fran Dunphy. You could see it on his face. He really wanted this fucking game. He lost to Temple last year. They pushed him out. Should have won tonight.
Well, my losses continued for a little bit of a streak here. Me and NC Nick doing a football show with him earlier. He rode this bet too. Gardner Webb. We knew this line stunk, but I dove into the stink like Patty C says, and I ate a bag of shit because Queens 83, Gardner Webb 80. This doesn't make any sense to me.
What do you make of this? This line made no sense, and I picked Queens. I mean, I didn't have any real reason other than what the fuck is this line doing being one? So, yeah, I mean, these are going to come up, man, and we'll do the best to let everybody know when we think Courtney Love's in the building, and it was here.
Yeah, I'm still like
perplexed.
How do they know that they're going to suck? Like, I feel like if they play any other time, I feel good about. I would do that bet tomorrow again, just because I believe they have a better team. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
They look good, man. They look good. I like Gardner Webb still.
Yeah. Next up was Marist outright. I was on the right side of that. I didn't bet it, but the Red Foxes beat Iona outright by 4. Nice win there. Vermont and fucking Dartmouth. I believe Dartmouth covered. We were on that, but NC Nick, I think, was on Vermont there and did not hit. Shout out to B Doug in the chat. Gave us $5. Appreciate you. Hit a nice 4-legger with St. Joe's and so some other ones that we're going to get to. Then we jumped down to Navy VMI. You were on this one. I did not touch this one. Woo!
In the Navy.
Sink your battleship. That's what Navy did to the Virginia military. 20-point win. Nice situational spot there, Mac. What'd you make of this one? I didn't watch a second of this.
I didn't either. I was just score watching. They beat the shit out of them. So good job, Navy. They were due. I thought Army was due too. Anytime you got a team that has 0 wins and they're laying points, I think that's telling you it's a good spot, unless you're Army tonight.
We ate a bag of shit on the Greyhounds against Columbia. Who is this Columbia team? Who the fuck is this Columbia team? What's up?
We were on the right side of this one. Didn't they have the lead with 10 minutes to go? I think 8 minutes to go. They had the fucking lead.
Yeah. It's just one of those tough losses. I don't know what happened. I was in the middle of recording, but I do know what happened here. Well, just a little, like I said, sometimes you're not hitting all your bets, but if you play the money lines we give you, well, you might just hit for a nice juicy play here. St. Francis, PA, 15.5 point dogs. I told you, sprinkle the money line, rivalry game. It hit on the points. It hit on the money line. I don't even remember what the exact money line was on it. All I know is I have a shit ton of money in my account. Fuck you, world. What's up, buddy? What do you make of this one?
I didn't bet this game, but I called St. Francis one of the worst college basketball teams in the country yesterday. So I felt like I needed to jump back on and just say I'm sorry. But I still kind of believe it.
These in-state battles, man. I was all over. Dude, this line was that was unbelievable. Yeah. Lehigh. Have you watched Lehigh play basketball? Yeah. Maybe it's because Stack and the Money Green, who I'm in the office with, we put Lehigh on every game. It's honestly like they start 5 of me. You know what I mean? Like it's. So I mean, I thought they might win, but
they don't have CJ McCollum anymore. I can tell you that,
dude. I thought this was a 1 to 2 possession game. That's why I rode the money line. I was like, dude, no way. Fuck the world. We should have bet Green Bay. They covered against IPFW. You
should have bet every dog.
But I actually thought about Green Bay. Like I thought about Northern Kentucky beat the shit out of Bob Morris. Noah Bieniek locked that one up. Norse getting it done. Let's go. Noah, what'd you make of this one?
Culture play. They won by 20. It wasn't close.
Yeah. Well, we also hit on this one. We knew Harvard should not be laying 9.5 points when taking on American. Boom! Your American parlay, did you? You should have parlayed it.
Army didn't hit though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Navy and American. Yeah.
Luckily, I forgot to put it in. But if you did Navy and American in the 7 o'clock window, you cashed. American. Man, in Columbia, back to Columbia, they shouldn't have been laying that number. They shouldn't have covered. They got lucky. Harvard should not be laying this big number. Who the fuck are all these teams laying these big ass numbers? System plays.
Well, you hit on this. I didn't bet this, but Bucknell covered the 15.5 against Princeton. I thought you were a maniac for betting that one, but it hits for you. You get it done. We were also on NJIT plus the points against Tony Skin's George Mason squad. We didn't bet that, but that hit. I believe you locked up Florida Gulf Coast. That hit against the airport. I didn't bet this game, but got it done. Central Michigan covered Ohio State. I'm glad I was prepared to bet Ohio State. I did not appreciate you guys talking me off that cliff. But we also locked up Monmouth. Now I did, to be honest, I did sprinkle the money line here. So my payout was not as good. I rode the points. I rode the money line. So I basically went 1-1 on this play, but I still made money because my larger bet was with the points. But the Hawks, I'm still like shocked that Cornell won though. Like I really thought Monmouth was going to win the game. But we still got to give them credit, man, because they're winning a lot of these games still.
Yeah.
I don't know. Monmouth's been a darling of mine this year, though.
I just think the more and more you win, the more and more the target goes on your back. Like teams that aren't used to being 6-1, 7-1, 7-0, whatever they are, and teams haven't quit yet. Like teams don't quit till usually February. Mom is still playing hard. All these teams, these big dogs that hit, they're trying to turn around their season still. We're not even through November. They see conference play on the horizon. They won't quit till February when they're 2-8 in conference play. Then they'll be like, where the fuck am I going to get laid for spring break?
Yeah. You took the green wave in Tulane. Did you bet this? Because I didn't. But I took Prairie View. I lost this play. I mean, I didn't bet this, but Moneyline Mac, he got the best. I know NC Nick rode with Prairie View and lost, but nice call there.
Prairie View is due for an egg. I mean, they had won 3 straight Moneyline dogs on the road. That's unheard of.
Yeah. Well, one of my worst plays of the night was Detroit.
I'll do this over again, though. I like they suck, but I still would do this every day of the week.
Detroit was winning in the first half. Like,
yeah.
How the fuck they only score 50 points?
Of the game.
How the fuck they only score 50 points?
Well,
they're
Oakland,
they're 0-7.
I mean, Detroit should know this by now. I mean, they've played Greg Campy's teams for 40 years. They have this zone, whatever you want to call it, that
it's fucked up.
It's like a junky defense because they can't really play defense. They've got a bunch of white guys that are able to shoot, and they just struggled against it in the second half. They didn't make any adjustments, so that was a difference there.
I see Ryan says, "Why fade Oakland?" It was a situational spot. They had just beaten Xavier.
Yeah, less than 48 hours, and Oakland was undefeated against the spread this year. They've been 7-0. Like they this was a rivalry too. So I would still do it over again. But Detroit really sucks.
Pretty much.
Duquesne hit for us, not at the closing line, but the number for last night. You actually locked this. I didn't bet this.
This is why you listened to the show the night before, baby.
Yeah. The closing line, you didn't hit this. If you got it last night, you hit this. Getting it done there. Another one is Stony Brook. I know you took Stony Brook, you fucking maniac. I did not. I mean, I took Stony Brook, but I didn't bet it. You did as they cover against Yale. And Radford ODU. You were at this game. Radford loses by 1. They covered for me on the picks page. I didn't bet this, but what'd you make of this game?
Really good game. It's kind of been every game I've gone to in the state of Virginia. Radford's really good, man. They just can't finish. They can't get over the hump. They had another lead at the under 4, just like they did against JMU in a hostile environment. Radford's going to be right there, though. I think they're going to win the Big South. They just got to figure out a way to win these games. The fact that they're going toe-to-toe with JMU and ODU, that they looked the part. And for ODU, man, Jeff Jones, good coach. That was why I didn't lock Radford, just because I love Jeff Jones at home.
Yeah. Wright State blew out IUPUI. Glad we didn't bet that. Raiders look good.
Didn't take.
Yeah. Coastal South Carolina Upstate was a banger, and Coastal won by 2 in overtime, getting it done. JMU did not cover against Buffalo. I think you wrote that one correctly. I did not. Shout out to Kev Dollars in the chat. It says you guys are awesome. Tips us a couple bucks. Appreciate you. A&M Virginia. You locked up Virginia.
This is my biggest play of the night.
Did you see some of those garbage ass shots going in? Like you're fucking banked in 3 from 40 feet out.
Think about this. This was their 6th game in a month of November away from College Station. This was a scheduled loss. Like this was a bullshit schedule that they had to go to Columbus, to SMU, then play 3 games over the weekend in Florida, then go to Charlottesville. Tony Bennett's had Buzz's number. That was just a horrible spot for Texas A&M, I thought.
I won't call it bullshit because, yes, they did get screwed by having to go to Charlottesville here. But Buzz learned his lesson. 2 seasons ago, he got fucked because he didn't schedule tough out of the non-conference. This year he is, and he's taken good losses. He hasn't taken a bad loss yet. So this is better for the long run for sure.
This one though, they didn't have any control over just because it was the challenge. But to have that after you just played 3 hard games in Florida and Ohio State, it was man, this is a brutal spot. A&M's still really good though.
And they had 2 guys that weren't healthy.
Yeah, they're banged up.
Yeah. I don't even know how this team came back. I mean, they didn't cover, but Tennessee got their ass whooped tonight. If you would have told me North Carolina's going to score 100 points tonight, I would never taken Tennessee ever. We ate a bag of shit on this one.
I have a question for both of you guys because this one I think it's an interesting talking topic here because. You can either say, I mean, the score was 100-92. We're talking about a Tennessee defense that was ranked number 1 coming into the country that gave up 100 points, or a Tennessee offense that has historically been lethargic. So are you more nervous about Tennessee's defense or more nervous about North Carolina's defense or Tennessee's defense? Because North Carolina giving up 92 to Tennessee.
So I'm saying I think Carolina's, but it's still a good win. But Whew. I mean,
did you see Dalton next line? By the way, he left with an ankle
he
injury.
had 37 points, right? Yeah,
he didn't finish the game.
We kind of ignored the spot here too. We thought that they would bounce back, like they had lost 2, but I'm thinking about it right now. Who over the weekend played in three games in 3 days and then had to hit the road this weekend has won so far? Virginia Tech, we'll talk about them in a little bit. They lost. A&M lost. Tennessee lost. Everybody's losing that had 3 games in 3 days over this weekend and then have to hit the road right after. That's a hard spot. They looked tired, to be honest. They had no legs.
Fair.
Yeah,
very fair.
I wanted to jump in here too. The play that I picked out for the underdog pick'em entry lost. Obviously, when North Carolina puts up 100, Baycott's going to have more than 13.5 points. I thought it would be like a low scoring muck it up game in the 60s. Ate shit there. The pick'em went 2 for 3. That was the only loss.
Yeah, unbelievable that didn't hit. Folks, look, before we get to the next recap, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers is available in over 14 states plus Ontario, Canada. Bet Rivers has some of the best live betting markets in the space. Their betting menu is second to none, including a ton of props. So what are you doing, folks? Sign up using our link to get a risk-free bet up to $500. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. Problem with gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Wake Forest. This line smelled. I'm glad we paid attention to this because Wake beat down the Gators by double digits. Nice win. I didn't bet it. I should have bet it. What'd you make of this one?
More desperate team. Throw Florida in this category. They just played 2 hard games against Pitt and Baylor over the weekend in New York, and then they got to hit the road right after. Wake took it to them, man. They punched right in the mouth, and good win for Steve Forbes.
Yeah, and I jumped on this last night, and I was hesitant because it was Florida's first road game as well. So perfect storm for Wake. It was.
Yep.
Both were similar teams. Florida was in it for about 35 minutes, and then he just ran out of gas. I wonder why.
Well, Moneyline Mac was making up on some of these lock battles because the Mexicans, as he said, they get it done. Cover the, what was that? 13, 12.5, something like that. But they only lose by 10 to Grand Canyon. He cashes in against me.
The border's open.
Nice cover there. Wichita, we should have bet Wichita as they drilled Richmond by 12. Nice win for the Shakas. This is one that I loaded up on. I'm mad I didn't play the money line. But Tarleton State, I know it's a rivalry game. You're getting 9 points in a rivalry game. They win outright against Stephen F. Austin by 2. Damn it! Why did I not take the money line? Why? I said it on last night's show. It's like a rivalry game, man. This is why you pay attention. You sprinkle. You always sprinkle. I just didn't do it. What'd you make both of those outcomes, Wichita and Tarleton?
We should have locked Wichita, man. We talked about it. I don't know why we did it. We thought that the line stunk, but Wichita, good win. Tough schedule spot for Richmond, having to go all the way out there. Tarleton, baby, Billy Gillespie, tragic magic.
Tragic magic. And then how about those Murray State Racers? I watched this whole game. Bradley loses outright by 7. You were on the right side of this one. I didn't bet this, but I took Bradley. I bet both. That. Yeah. Oh, did you bet that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was all over Murray. I love that one.
There you go. Moneyline Mac taking the Racers. He says he'll see you at the winner's circle at the Paddocks. Let's go.
That's a hard place to play, man.
The next game, hilarious because we were spot on here. Dayton 65, SMU 63. SMU was a 1.5 point favorite. Dayton gets it done. We thought it would be a 1 basket game, and I mean, I wish I would have bet it because I didn't, but got it done there. We were also on Utah Valley as a 3.5 point dog as they won by 6. Altitude, a real deal. Really wish we would have bet this. We didn't bet this. We were also correctly on Morehead State plus the points as a home or as a road dog. They win by 11 at the Governors of Austin P. Why did we not bet this one? We knew this one.
I know. I love my Govs, but yeah, they're not very good right now.
Then where did you get that? Did you bet the Evansville, Missouri State line?
No, I stayed away, but I was gonna go Missouri State. That line reeked. We talked about it.
Well, no, I think it depends on what side you got the number and when you got the number.
Yeah. What was the final score? I thought they were drilling them early.
They lost by 12. That's what I'm saying. I think that line was at 12 and a half. I mean, I didn't bet this game, but
Vegas was on it though. They were right there. They knew.
Drake destroyed Valpo. We were accurate there, even though we didn't bet it. And then how about Belmont? We both took Belmont, and I wish I would have bet it. Belmont drilled Northern Iowa by 20. The fuck?
Them up. Yeah.
Whew.
The Valley, baby. The Valley.
And then I know you bet this one. I stayed the fuck away, and I commend you. I commend you for this play. This actually might have been your best play of the night, in my opinion.
Which one is it?
Alabama A&M money line against Tennessee State. You filthy motherfucker. How did you pull this? I took A&M because I was like, maybe you're right, but I had no feel for this game. I don't know how the fuck you had this one. Talk to me about this one.
So I'm going to throw it back to 2018. I was at Austin Peay. Alabama A&M was playing. They played the same schedule, all their fucking road games. And then they played their first home game against us. And it's a SWAC officiating crew. And we got the biggest rig job ever to keep them in it. We were good as fuck, too. We won 22 plus games. We won basically at the buzzer. I knew the shenanigans that happens when you get those SWAC refs on the SWAC court. The game doesn't start on time. There's cheerleaders coming onto the court. It's a shit show. So you got to take Alabama A&M and these SWAC and MEAC schools on their first home openers. It's a great spot.
Unbelievable play in my opinion.
Experience here, baby.
Yeah, UT Arlington. We were on them against Abilene Christian. They covered that, even though we didn't bet that. And then let's get to the big one here. Bellarmine. I bet Bellarmine plus 5.5. I also took the money line, so I did lose on the money line, but we covered the 5.5. This was a triple lock.
Yep.
We still hit it. We still hit the motherfucker. But then in the post game, one of the most hilarious things I've seen in a while.
Oh my God.
Kenny Payne.
I probably shouldn't tell you this. We didn't have the tights that he wanted, so he didn't know if he wanted to play. Oh yeah. What? You heard it. We didn't have the tights that he wanted, that we've never had for him, and he decided, I don't feel like I can go. That's what young people do. Oh, yeah. I don't even know. But he figured it out in the second half. He accepted the fact that we didn't have the tights that we've never had for him, and he played well. Next.
There's part of me that loves the Kenny Payne reminds me of the guy in Office Space who just doesn't do work, right? Part of me loves that, but also like, buddy, you're the head guy. If a player's not playing because of tights, I'd show him the fucking door. I wouldn't even give him the chance to play in the second half. Mac, how funny was this? Shitting on the youth, by the way, hilarious. What'd you make of all this?
Bob Knight's rolling over in his fucking grave right now. God bless. What the hell are we doing in society if this is the example? Let me tell you something. I'm a Hugs and Frank guy. If this shit ever happened, motherfucker, get your ass back on the fucking court. You're playing, whether you got boxers, free balling, who cares? You are going to play if I tell you you're going to play. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I mean,
tights.
My God, tights.
And then he says we've never ever carried them.
Oh man,
what the fuck is happening here?
That was the equipment manager. No wonder he can't coach.
That was hilarious, but also I can't believe you let him play in the second half. I'm kind of dumbfounded by this. They won the game though, and he played great in the second half. What a hilarious situation! It reminds me of It reminds me of like Roger Dorn in Major League, who's like, "What do you want me to do? Dive for it?" Like, I think he has something in his contract about like I don't know. It just cracks. I just can't believe that's a real story.
Yeah, and you want to know what the manager did to that contract? He pissed all over.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I got an easy solution for you, Kenny Payne. Hey, dude, you don't want to play? Your NIL contract, whatever it is, revoked. Go find a new school, buddy. Just like Lane Kiffin told that kid the other day.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? You play at Louisville.
Yeah. Get your ass
You
in
know
the
how
game.
many other people would fucking die for that opportunity? We just watched. Hang on. I mean, take someone at one of these fucking shitty schools that we watch every night, just not Army, and they would die for that. I mean, they give them that opportunity to go play at Louisville. You don't have your tights? The fuck is going on here?
Play whitey tighties for all I care.
As maybe like I don't even know what my generation is called. I think I'm just outside of Gen Z.
Whatever
but
this is, man.
They're compression leggings. Okay, Kenny Payne, compression leggings.
I don't care what they are. Get your ass in the game. We're trying to win. My job's on the line, Kenny Payne. Come on.
My shoes, the air bubble wasn't big enough on my shoes. Couldn't play. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? Tights?
Unreal.
Or maybe not even leggings, compression shorts.
Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. If I was a Louisville fan, I mean, Louisville has a crazy fan base too. Now that story's out, have fun. The rest of that, I mean, they're going to boo the shit out of you, I would assume. I mean, unless they don't care.
He just got done admitting he got tricked by Mike Woodson because he wasn't prepared for zone last week. He needs to get a mute button during these press conferences. He's sharing way too much information.
Dude, doesn't he remind you of the guy in Office Space who just doesn't give a fuck though?
Yeah, he might just fucking.
I got a meeting with the Bobs. They called me. I was at home. I got to come and meet with the Bobs. I feel like that's Kenny Payne. He's just like, whatever. You want to hear the story? He didn't have tights. He's this pussy. Anyway,
I thought it was hilarious because he prefaced it at the beginning of the quote, and he's like, "I probably shouldn't tell you this." But he didn't have his leggings or tights.
I'm not even mad at the kid. Like, all right, he's an idiot. I am so dumbfounded that that's an excuse that's acceptable in the Louisville program. Oh, he doesn't have his tights on, so he can't play today. What the fuck are we talking about?
But I am also mad at the kid because who fucking cares?
I agree, but like it's the adult's job to hold these fucking kids accountable, man. Get your ass in the game and play.
Oh man, Ryan Sawitsky says, "Get to the games." Well, buddy, we like to talk about shit. You know what I mean?
You gotta use the senior handicap with Louisville going forward. It might not have the tights. It might not have the
50 and 21 not good enough for you, huh?
You can't win
because it got a little better. Because guess what?
W-I-L-D. That's W-I-L-D. Wildcat.
Davidson moneyline play. Whew. We were both all over that one, getting it done.
Bounce back.
Oh, we also had. Now I will be honest. We both bet the shit out of Mary Mac plus 10 points. I also took the money line. I don't know if you did, Mac, but I lost Mary Mac. That missed. They pulled a Charles Smith. They missed like 4 layups in the final 3 seconds of the game. That would have sent the game to overtime. But we hit on the Warriors once again. My team. They hit for us like every week. What'd you make of this one?
Fucking Capwise has me dying in the chat right now tonight. Merrimack, man, they're a feisty dog. Georgetown, another dumpster fire program. But unlike Louisville, they have hope because Ed Cooley, I can tell you what, Ed Cooley ain't going to put up with tights. He'll fucking tell your ass, get in the game or you're out of here. He'll get it going in the right direction. It's going to take time, though. He's a good coach.
Last thing. So Louisville's never had these tights for can we just get him these tights for
No,
the kid? Like, how much money does Louisville have?
What the fuck? He's getting NIL collective. Go buy the fucking tights. He's getting money. Yeah.
Go get your own.
Fuck you, man. I would sit there.
There might be branding issue or whatever for Louisville. Aren't they like Adidas? So like if you wear just something else that he chooses, that might be an issue.
Yeah, but your compressions aren't shown. I mean, no, you don't get to pick and choose your tights when you almost lost to fucking New Mexico State with 4 players the other night. They didn't even have a team last year.
Yeah, get the tights. Don't let the player fucking win in this situation. He's being a complete bitch. You know what I mean? Come on, this is
enough of this player empowerment bullshit. Yeah. I'm tired of it, man.
Oh man, Cal Baptist. We were spot on here. Someone in the chat was talking about our handicap of Cal Baptist as they drilled Southern Utah by 25 on the road in Zion. I really was mad that I did not lock up this one here. Colgate -10. We forget when Colgate plays these other slow white teams, they fuck them up. They fucked them up. Remember, they've been a cash cow of mine for years, just like Vermont, where I feel like, what were we thinking? I thought about it too, and I'm like, man, I laid the 10. We need to start betting them again. They're back. All right. Yeah. Can't believe I didn't bet that. We ate shit on the Colorado Buffaloes. Colorado State, stormed the fucking court. But what's up? What?
Sometimes you're not upset when you lose a bet. Like this one, I was happy for Colorado State fans that they beat Colorado. Like I thought we agreed it was a great spot for the Buffs. But man, the Rams, Isaiah Stevens, that dude's a killer. He's a badass. He's so good. So this team can win games in March. I love this Rams team. Nico Medved, they got 7 in a row now. They're rolling.
Yeah. They're fun. They're a fun
Mountain West is gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, definitely. Noah's Denver Pioneers shit the bed. They won, but they shit the bed. They didn't cover the 4 against Idaho. I'm done with the Pioneers. I didn't bet them. North Florida did not cover against Iowa. Iowa with, I think, a 0.5 point cover. And then once again, our money line plays, if I may say so, were absolutely fucking fire tonight. Texas A&M Corpus Christi on the road at Don Haskins Center, 13.5 point dogs. What was the money line on this again? I feel like it was like almost, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was, I was going to say 720. Boom. Oh, Corpus Christi, the points and the money line. I don't want to ever see anyone talk shit ever again in this chat. Ever again. You fucking clowns, all right? I also bet if you pay attention to the picks page, overnight, that La Tech New Mexico game, the line went down to 7. So I loaded up on the Lobos, and that hit as they won by 9. Boom. Sam Houston State got drilled by Arizona State. We didn't bet that. We took Sam Houston, but nice win for ASU.
Good job of us staying off. We almost bet Sam Houston. That was a good stay away.
And in the craziest game of the night, in my opinion, that I can't believe our money line plays. Like I said, I'm not even mad that Merrimack didn't hit, because this one, I don't even know if we should flex the skill. But damn, if the Georgia Bulldogs didn't hit for us on the money line, how'd this happen? They were down like 18 when I was looking. This is when, I don't even like to talk shit on this one. I'm like, what happened? We won. I know we won at the buzzer, but I'm saying I didn't catch the whole comeback. I watched the final minute. I don't know what we did right here. The universe doing us a solid on this play here, because I watched this early on and it was a blowout and I changed it. We hit on the points and the money line with the Georgia Bulldogs. What a fucking night, man. What'd you make of this one?
This is game ball worthy. I mean, they desperately needed this. Georgia had been struggling coming in. We talked about it. They were in desperate need, Mike White, of getting a win. Leonard Hamilton had his number. I saw the last 4 minutes because I came in right from the Radford game, right as the 4 minute mark was coming. They used to make big play after big play, and Florida State kind of got tight after blowing that 17-point lead that got down to 7-8 at the under 4. So great win for the Dogs.
Yeah, I saw the buzzer beater. I saw with 30 seconds left. I got eyes on it again because I couldn't believe that we were going to actually potentially win this game. Holy shit, Mr. Snow White getting it done for us.
Colby, let me ask you this. You host the college football experience. Does a loss like this correlate to what could happen on Saturday? I believe that sometimes football and basketball go hand in hand on a weekend together. I know it's only Wednesday, but it's close.
I would if anyone showed up there. Florida State fans should feel fucking embarrassed. You were in the Elite Eight 3-4 years ago. Yep. That shit looked like one of my fucking comedy shows. There's 20 people at that fucking thing.
Colby always says that they don't correlate with each other. Like if your football team is good, your basketball team is ass.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the same weekend. That's
fair. That's fair.
The energy, the momentum of a good weekend. Or weekend.
What a fucking, I can't believe we hit that. We should have bet Auburn against Virginia Tech because they blew them the fuck out. 17-point win.
Kicking myself, man. This is the situation we were talking about. Virginia Tech played 3 hard games. Auburn hadn't played in a week. They were fresher legs.
And I'm super pissed at you because I wanted to bet this. Boston College fucking destroys Vanderbilt. You motherfucker. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you this is the time for us to take Boston College. I got my pulse on the Eagles this year, folks. Gosh, why didn't I bet this? I apologize to the chat. I apologize to the listeners. I apologize to my mother because I knew this one. I knew it. What's up, Noah?
For those that check the picks page, I bet this one. I took the Eagles on the money line.
There we go.
Back to it, Noah. Good for you.
There we go. Let's go. Fly high. Soar.
For the record, I had paused about it last night just because Vanderbilt's been without their 3-headed monster, and I use that with quotation marks around it, air quotes. All 3 of them were playing tonight. Ezra Mangin, Tyron Lawrence, and Van Allen Lubin. Although Lawrence and Allen Lubin aren't 100%, so that's the reason why I still went in on Boston College. But Tyron Lawrence hurt his hand in this game as well, so now he's got 2 injuries that he's dealing with. He can't stay healthy. It's a Vandy, you got to watch him because you can't bet him without the 3 guys. But also, I still don't think they looked that great against Boston College today. They were losing the entire way.
Yeah. Well, our money line plays continued. This was the easiest bet of the night. Duke playing their first road game at an SEC school since 1992. Razorbacks storm the fucking court. Easy money line play. You know I love it. I was all over this. You can't. I don't care. This is what I mean. Look, and this will go, I think, towards anyone that you want to understand college hoops. To me, this was an easy handicap. Duke under Coach K, great coach. Okay, they played all these neutral site games. Yes, they would get the Big Ten team at the Big Ten in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, but other than that, they didn't really like playing home on homes. When I saw this shit, knowing the state of Arkansas, I just thought this was impossible for them to win. Me and my brother had a conversation about this 3 months ago. We were like, oh, they're playing at Arkansas. They're going to fucking lose. They're going to lose. This place is going to burn down. Noah, do we have a clip? Oh, Arkansas, by the way, almost fucked this up, by the way. They had a 12-point lead with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And had there been 30 more seconds left, Duke might have won this game. Noah, do we have a clip of, because Greg Sankey, don't play it yet. Greg Sankey, if you don't know, I know this mainly because of the college football aspect, has issued these crazy warnings in the SEC, these big ass fines if you storm the court or storm the field. They are so stupid. That's what makes college sports better than the pros, in my opinion. One of the reasons. So they're trying to, shout out to the PA announcer. He must think he's got some real clout for people to listen to him that are drunk and knowing that Duke probably won't play in Fayetteville again for another 30 fucking years. Anyway, this is what happened right after the game, and listen to the guy on the PA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay off the court.
I mean,
How about the guy with the shirt off taunting the Duke players going off the court? It's great.
Have you been to Arkansas?
Yeah, and it's a unique tunnel too. Like, you know how usually the tunnels are behind the bench? They both join across the court, and the student section's right on fucking top of you. And there's some shit that they say. I mean, that's a rowdy. That's what I'm saying. Crowd.
There is nothing that you could have.
Yep.
In my opinion, you could have the biggest fucking celebrity. You could have Jesus come down here. They're not gonna fucking listen to any. First off, I've been to the state of Arkansas a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's incredibly intoxicated throughout that whole fucking state. So to think that they're gonna actually listen to you, you got some cojones, fucking play by or Mike announcer, whatever the fuck, because hilarious, and you're never going to. That will never work at Arkansas. That might work at Stanford. That will never ever work at Arkansas. Could be football, could be basketball. It ain't gonna work. Hilarious.
Don't take lateral shots at a Pac-12 ACC school, whatever the conference they belong in. Take a lateral shot at Vanderbilt. They'll listen.
That's true. Well, Vanderbilt, it's hard to storm the court. You got to like go up steps and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit.
It's the
how
worst
did I got all that SEC
ever.
money, and then you got to like. You get front row seats. You're like looking at the game like this and shit. You know what I mean? That's a
Goddamn
terrible experience.
theater in there. It's the stupidest arena ever. But hey, you know what? That's what's unique about college basketball is those environments with the open floor. The guys, the kids laying on the floor. Like, what is that? But Arkansas, man, that Bud Walton arena. When they said Nolan Richardson was going to be there tonight too, the coach of the '94 Razorbacks, then Duke's fucked. Duke is so fucked.
Dude, my brother is a diehard. Yeah, my brother's if you're doing a home and home and high major college basketball, it's not going to work out for you, especially in a lit environment. And my brother knew this. He's a diehard Duke fan. 2 months ago, he saw that on there, and he was just like, that place is going to burn down. It was a pretty easy handicap. Shout out to Arkansas for getting that win. That's one that could matter in March. We also hit on Northern Arizona, the Lumberjacks in Santa Barbara. Squeaked this one out, but we got it. Santa Barbara's good though.
Tough spot. They just played 48 hours, and Northern Arizona had played for a week.
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck Loyola Marymount did this because I was watching some of this. This was like kind of a close game for a long time, and boy, they opened that thing up. They won by 27. I don't know how. When this was close, I feel like in the second half. And then the stunner of the night to me was Cal Poly taking down San Jose State. I thought about betting this game last night. I thought about it. They win in overtime outright. Huge win for the Mustangs. They're better this year, man. Go shout out to the Mustangs. John Madden's alma mater. Also, Steve Lavin.
That was a coffee lock. That was a coffee lock for me, locking up the Mustangs.
You're a maniac to lock them up. Based on how bad they were last year, I need a bigger sample size than November to lock up Cal Poly. But nice play there.
San Jose State, short turn. They got to hit the road. Let's go, Cal Poly.
Shout out to Mike Trutt, who was at the LMU game. I almost went to that, man. I was thinking about it. Steve Lavin didn't cover the 3.5 or 4 against. They won, but they didn't cover the 3.5 or 4 against Northern Colorado. And then on my final play of the night, I believe, I think maybe all of our final plays, Nevada, Steve Alford, you're back to being, underachieving. The Montana Grizz get the cover in Reno. Let's go, baby.
I don't know how we covered that game. They're up like 45-20.
I know. That's like the Georgia play. We just had a fire night, man. We just had a fire night. Cal State Northridge beat the shit out of Pacific. I would if you forced me to bet that, I would have took Pacific. And then USC blew out Eastern Washington. There you go, Noah. Score one for your Trojans. Let's get to game balls. Mac, why don't you lead the way?
Boy, a lot of candidates here, but we got to go to the court store, man. Arkansas. I mean, they didn't look good in the Bahamas, but man, did the must bus have those guys ready to go for the Dukies. Give me Arkansas as my first game ball. Woo, Pig Suey.
Yeah, and I mean this is and shout out to Jay Billis. I know he's been on the show a couple times, and I know some people hate him because he's a Dookie, but I like that part of the game where he was saying that college basketball needs to play more home and homes.
Yes.
He goes, this is better for everybody. It's better for the fans. It's better for the people viewing the product on TV. And you get, just college basketball kind of at its peak. They need to do this more. That was awesome. My first game ball, fucking St. Francis, PA. Fuck you, world. All right. Vegas gonna sit there and say, I even got the worst of this number. I took the money line, but I'm saying, I got it at like 14.5. This shit went up to 16.5. This was an easy play. The Red Flash, baby, they're back. What'd you make it? Give me your second game ball.
I mean, there's so many candidates tonight. We got to go to the Philly. We got to go to the city of Philadelphia.
I probably should have called that one. I probably should have called that one.
You went PA. You went St. Francis, PA. I'll go with the St. Joe's Owls. I mean, they almost won at Kentucky last week. We saw how good Kentucky looked. This team is pretty damn good, St. Joe's. So they get a game ball blowing out Villanova. Get those 15 points out of here.
Yeah, and I'll give a game.
1 by 15.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I was on St. That's why I was going to fade Kentucky. I was like, man, St. Joe. I watched St. Joe. St. Joe should have won that game, I thought. I'm going to take it to Wake Forest. That's a win. Wake Forest has been on the outside of the bubble for Steve Forbes for a little while here. I feel like every year they're just outside of the bubble. This is one that might matter. A win against the Florida Gators. Shout out to the Demon Deeks. What's your third game ball?
Let's go to a place of horror for me. Once upon a time, I was a Gov, and we almost got in there and beat Ja Morant, but he got every call down the stretch. I'm going Murray State. Knocking off Bradley. They were undefeated. I mean, they had been rolling. Murray State, the Racers, get my game ball.
That's fair, and that makes a lot of sense. They're good. And I know the chat's saying UVA game ball. I'm not doing it. Because I want to give a game ball to Colorado State. I'm a Buffs fan. So unfortunately, it pains me to say this. Colorado State's fucking nasty. I enjoy watching this team.
They're good, man.
And we thought it was a letdown spot after the big win against Creighton. No, they defend home court against their rivals. Huge win. Shout out to the Rams. Hey, all right, folks. Before we get to tomorrow's lineup, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got NFL. They got college football. They got NBA. They got the National Hockey League. And you better believe they got college hoops. All right. Simply pick higher or lower in your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. Noah,
how we doing?
What are we thinking on this beautiful card for Underdog Fantasy?
All right. So we've been rolling with the Underdog entries lately. Yesterday, the only losing pick we had was Baycott, lower than 13.5 points. Santiago Vescovi. Colby, did you catch how many points he scored? We took the lower on him. He scored 0. I'll do the looking for you. Lower than 10.5. And then KJ Simpson balled out tonight. We took the higher than 24.5 PRA. He had 30 points.
Look,
so
OJ's son's not going to disappoint in a big game.
Absolutely slaughtered that projection. So today I'm going to go to a projection that I think is just flat out wrong. I think it's going to jump up a couple of rebounds. I'm going to one of the bigger games of the day, Creighton and Oklahoma State. I'm taking Baylor Shireman's higher than 7.5 boards here. Oklahoma State, they're just not a tremendous rebounding team. And frankly, that's because their front court's young. Starting center and four men are both freshmen, and Shireman, albeit he plays the 3, mostly the 4, but I mean, he jumps back and forth. He's very active on the glass. Creighton, Shireman against Loyola Chicago had 12 boards. And then against Texas Southern, he had 9. And Iowa, he had 4, along with Colorado State, he had 6. So those were the 2 non-caches. And then Shireman, he had 9 against North Dakota State. I just think it's a great look, and it's a mismatch down low. So give me Shireman's higher than 7.5 rebounds.
Okay, I'm putting it in right now. What are we pairing that with? Because you got to do 2 players. It can't be from the same team. At least 2. You can go up to 5, 6. I don't even know. Maybe even more. We got. I mean, can I interest you potentially in Posh Alexander? Posh Alexander, higher or lower than 10.5 points as they take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders? What do you make of that one? Or how about this? Posh Alexander, rebounds and assists, higher, lower, combined over 7.5.
So ask or tell me if I'm wrong. Is Texas Tech their best defense that Butler's faced so far this year? Michigan State,
yeah,
they're okay. Boise State, they're fine. I think Texas Tech has an elite defense.
7.5 boards though. They miss shots. Someone's got to rebound that.
I'll go higher.
Yeah, I think they're at higher too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't look into it, but yeah, go ahead.
What about Max Boy Joe Tucson?
Oh, Max Boy.
What about Joe Tucson? What's his numbers at? Lower.
Higher, lower, 13.5 points. You could do 19.5 higher, lower for points, rebounds, assist.
He had 17 against Michigan his last game.
He is averaging 15 points a game. First road spot though, I will go lower.
All right. Let's for the points or everything combined.
I like points. He's at the top of the Sky Report. Butler's pretty good defensively.
You think that's just so you're fading the spot because he's hit that in all 4 of his last 4 games.
I know it reeks.
Hasn't been close. Actually,
situational handicapping here on Underdog Fantasy. Let's go.
Submitted. Boom.
That's what you get for transferring.
Let's go.
Lower.
All right, folks. Let's get back to this. But that's one of the things that's great about Underdog Fantasy is that they offer stuff that really a lot of other places don't. And I think there's a lot of great value there. So get a chance, folks. Sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code TCESGPN. And folks, remember when you do that, take a screenshot of you signing up. Send it to me on Twitter at the Colby D. Say something funny like, "Hey, you fucking idiot! Here's this." Right? Or I don't know, whatever, something funny. All right. Make fun of, I don't know, my face, Max fucking hat. I don't know, something. All right. Get creative. We might send you a sweatshirt. Then. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching. Start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right. The card, not nearly as large as yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like that episode was never going to end. And let's jump it. There is a morning game. Bellevue taking on Omaha. No line, but enjoy the fact that we have a day basketball game, even though it might be over in the first 5 minutes. This game's awesome at 3:00 here on the Pacific, or in the Pacific. Liberty heading to Boca Raton to the old folks' home, to deal out some Jello. The Flamin' Libs at the old folks' home. Normally that doesn't bid well. FAU is laying 7.5. Give me the Flamin' Libs and the points. What are you doing here, Mac?
First lock of the day. Give me the Liberty Flamin' Libs here. Liberty plays close games. I think FAU's coming off that tournament, just won by 35. Everybody's back in love with them. They're really good, but so is Liberty. I think this game comes down the wire. I think Liberty might have a chance to win, actually.
You know, I don't have a lot of locks. So you just sold me. Let's go. Flame on. Give me the 7.5. Let's go. Texas Tech is at Butler. This game is fantastic. Butler's laying 1.5. I'm going to lay the 1.5, but I'm not going to bet this. What are you doing here?
I absolutely love this spot for the Bulldogs. As much as I hate fading the Big 12, I just gave out 5 examples of teams that played in a tournament, and then they got to hit the road right after for their first road game. NC State ate shit. Texas A&M ate shit. Florida ate shit. Tennessee ate shit. Virginia Tech ate shit. Texas Tech's going to eat shit at Hinkle tomorrow. I'm locking up Butler. Let's go.
No, you just sold me again. You should fucking sell insurance or something. Jesus fucking Christ. Look, I'm in. Let's go with the Bulldogs. Thad Matta. Nobody goes into Hinkle and gets a dub. UMBC is laying 10.5 against Coppin State. See, I'm having a hard time here because I normally like taking the points in a crosstown little spot here. But God damn it, I hate Coppin State this year. I think they're one of the worst teams.
Noah.
I still say give me the points. Is that crazy? What are you doing here, Mac?
Oh, you know where I'm going. Lock it up, Coppin State. They haven't played at home since like the opening week. This is a crosstown rival. You can't
I can't
with
lock
UMBC.
I cannot lock Coppin State.
Live
man.
dog, baby. Let's go.
Noah,
brother Engel.
Can I blow your mind with the transitive property, or are we not? Do we not embrace that?
No, you can go Patty C on this.
Okay. UMBC was this close to beating Louisville. Louisville covered a 20-point spread against Coppin State.
Give me Coppin.
You're locking it, Matt, because I think this is crazy.
Oh yeah, I love this.
I'm like Capwise. Shout out to Capwise. Check out their stuff, by the way. They're always fantastic.
Great guy.
Dude, their NCAA tournament preview guide. Holy shit. Folks, check out Capwise. Give Ben a follow. Great guy too. Yeah, I'm like Capwise though. I can't do Coppin State. I watched them too many times.
Hey, nobody could do Bucknell tonight either. And the Mexicans? Let's go, Coppin. You can't like
Alabama A&M.
Yes,
this is your Alabama A&M play of the night.
They're gonna win outright. What's the money line? This is gonna be win number 1 for Coppin State. They're gonna win this fucking game. What is it? Plus 440. Let's go.
You're a fucking maniac. But I'll take you to one that I think is juicy. Might be a short line, but let me tell you something about this team's got the heart of the Yappers. UNC Wilmington, the Seahawks. You know, they're a fun story. Don't have a football program because they're a bunch of pussies. And, they say they're a soccer school. Start your football program. Then I'll start respecting you more. Now, I enjoy your team. But don't think that you can just walk up into Greenville and get a dub. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go. And in case you forgot, little Seahawks out there.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
Locking up the Pirates. Everyone's on Wilmington. I already saw some shit on Reddit. Everyone's taking Wilmington. They must not know. They must not know. What are you doing here, buddy?
I'll go East Carolina. I'm not locking. I love how you reference Reddit. Everybody's on Reddit's taking. Favorite Reddit pages.
I was straight. Don't ask me. I was down a rabbit hole. I was down a rabbit hole on just believe it or not, it was like a it was a college basketball Reddit. And I was just like, I don't know. I was just looking at stupid play, and then I saw everyone talking about this game, and then everyone was loading up on Wilmington, which is a great time to catch ECU. Let's go. What else do we got going on? We got this one. New Hampshire catching 5.5 at fucking Sacred Hot. Give me the points. What you doing here?
I went back and forth on this one as well. I think I'm going to land on taking the points here. So, by the way, I saw some comments from yesterday's show of they always say the points. Take the points means you're taking the underdog. Lay the points means you're taking the favorite.
What does David Spade say in Tommy Boy when he's like working the mic on the plane? He said, if you don't understand this, you can page and I will send my friend Tommy there to beat you in the head because you are a fucking retard. That's the way I feel. With like, okay. Look, I'm just saying, come on.
I'm with
the
you.
points mean the underdog. What are we? What is it? Fourth graders? What the fuck is going on here?
You know what they say in Louisville's program, no question's a bad question. Just like that.
Look, I appreciate them listening. I appreciate them listening, but come on, man, it's just a different. People don't. I got expelled in 6th grade for running a gambling ring. I'm not fucking with you.
I know.
So I mean, I knew what the point spread was at a very, very young age. It's got to be 4th graders, right? I don't know.
I didn't get expelled, but I was suspended for doing a bowl game challenge with buddies. Oh. We had sheets and we'd do points and stuff. That's one thing that Colby and I had in common growing up in grade school.
And hopefully you had this because when they sat my mom down, they called my mother and she came and I guess they actually it was pending someone else's call that I was expelled, but They said, you're not going to use these skills in real life. Hey, where's that bitch now? All right. This is my job. All right. Where you at? Huh? How about the world changes? All right.
my story is the teacher didn't like it. I got called into the principal's office and he asked for one of my sheets.
Yeah. That's what's great. Teacher's like, let me get one. Can I get in your bracket pool? All right. Can I get in your bracket pool? Let's go. Anyway. Yeah. Ridiculous. If anything, I was doing fucking great math because that motherfucker owed me $45. All right. That's what I'm saying. And he kept taking the Phoenix Suns against Jordan. He's a fucking idiot. All right.
System play.
Yeah. He's like, he didn't understand that Michael Jordan's the greatest fucking player ever. It's just like, oh yeah, sure. I'm going to take Danny Ainge guarding Michael Jordan and the Suns. Have fun with that. Anyway, New Orleans, the Privateers, they're catching 12.5 at the barn.
It's so tempting.
Give me the points. You could talk me into a lock.
I'm not going to because Minnesota, they're fucking front runners, man. They get up and they run up the score on these sorry teams. They got Ohio State on deck, so I'll take the points, but I'm not betting this shit. I hate Minnesota.
Yeah, and shout out to Tony C. and not in Catholic school. Kick my ass for taking Super Bowl bets in the Doug Williams 87 Super Bowl against the Broncos. Oh man, dude. See, that's what I'm saying. And you're older than me, Tony, but at the same time, I still took a headbutt from my science teacher. I wasn't paying attention. He came over and fucking headbutted me. Middle class, hurt like shit. Hurt like shit, man. You get headbutt, you're not paying attention. That shit stings.
For my school, when we had a class, our athletic program was all right. We had a class specifically for athletes. It was the 6th hour, we called it, the last class of the day, and it was just like a chill out or like a workout. If you had a game beforehand or whatever. But if there was ever, a lot of alphas in the room, if there was ever a clash our like PE teacher, but he was also the football coach. He just gave you some boxing gloves, told you to go upstairs and settle it and come back down when you're done.
That's good old days.
That is good. That needs to come back around. Shout out to Yvette. She said headbutt cause shortened the ECU song. Probably. Maybe we can end the episode on that glory. Moving forward, here I thought Noah was going to take the Privateers. I'm wearing a shirt right now. I got a money line play at plus 200. The South Florida Bulls taking on Speedy Claxton. I like Speedy Claxton, but wrong spot, wrong time. South Florida's going to go up there to Hempstead, New York, and get that dub. Give me the Bulls. Sprinkle that money line plus 200. Mac?
Yep, I'm all over this one with you. I mean, South Florida's been every other game. I'm going to take the good South Florida here. They just lost to Maine. Game before that, they beat Northern Iowa. Every other game. And then you look at the other side. Hofstra's coming off those big wins, a little letdown spot. Let's go. I think South Florida's live. I think they might win this outright. Let's go.
Noah?
I like Mac's angle of, South Florida so far this year, they've been hot and cold. Win, lose, win, lose. First road game, I'm not going to play the money line, but when we're talking about catching some points, give me the Bulls all day. They're my team. And you have to like the spot because Hofstra's after that MTE win where they beat High Point in the final. Wright State was respectable, but Buffalo, I question the schedule there. Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty will stay together through thick or thin.
Fairleigh Dickinson's catching 10.5 at Fordham. I'll take the points, but I'm not locking at Fordham after we got drilled by like 60 the other night. What are you doing here?
Yeah, they shut our ass up. I'll take Fair Dick. I don't think they can do it 2 in a row, but I'm not locking that shit. Fuck that.
South Alabama is taking on Jacksonville State. I struggle with this game, man. I think this was. I know I love the game, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
I leaned Jacksonville State -1.5, but I don't have a feel for this game. You?
I do. Jacksonville State has not played a home game in over a month. Ray Harper takes these in-state battles personal. He likes to win these in-state. Jacksonville State and Jacksonville, Alabama versus Mobile, Alabama, South Alabama. I think Jack State's going to put it on them. Give me the Gamecocks. Lock it up.
I don't have many bets, so you just sold me. You know the guy, so I expect you to text him if he loses to, to resign. Let's go. Give me Jack State. Let's ride with the Gamecocks. I'm gonna keep this lock train going. Oh, what's up, buddy?
No fun NCAA. He doesn't text them to cover spreads.
No, just beat the shit out of them.
That's true. Maybe get his email. We can send it anonymously. All right. You guys want to go on a journey?
What you got here?
We're catching 30.
I love this
in
game.
Norman. I'm going to put an APB out on my Golden Lions to catch 30 against Porter Moser. Am I a little terrified about how well Oklahoma's playing? A little bit. But the Golden Lions and 30 points, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Put out an APB on the Golden Lions. Let's go. What are you doing here, Mac?
Oh, I love this spot. Oklahoma, they should not be laying 30. Yes, they look great against USC. They look great against Iowa. They got Providence on deck. We've seen these Big 12 teams. I love the Big 12, but they've been shit in these look-ahead spots to the Big East Challenge. Kansas almost lost. K-State almost lost. Take the points. Give me Pine Bluff. Lock it up.
Noah?
Yeah, this is a points play. You just got to bet it and forget it. You know, last time we had one of these, UTRGV was on the road at Oklahoma before Oklahoma had the MTE. UTRGV lost by 24. It was never a doubt. We were catching like 34 points there. I mean, this is a cover from Pine Bluff. Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty will stay together through thick or thin.
All right. Louisiana's catching 4.5 against Samford. 4.5. It's both teams are pretty good, but give me the points. What are you doing here?
I went back and forth on this one. I think Samford's pretty good at home. I'll lay it, but it's not a lot of confidence.
Can I take you to a lock going on in the great state of Alabama?
What do we got here?
I think these Golden Eagles can cover 7.5 at North Alabama.
I think I agree with you.
It's a little gross. It's a little gross, but I think on a board, I was deep diving on this board because I was like, what the fuck? I think this is the play. Tennessee Tech plus 7.5. Sprinkle some on the money line. You down to lock this thing?
Yes, I don't love that they are playing 2 games in 3 days, but that's too many points to lay with North Alabama.
Yeah.
Tennessee Tech's not bad. They almost beat Western Carolina.
They can win this game.
Yeah.
They can win this game. Let's
One
go.
possession game. Let's go.
Golden Eagles plus the points. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line. UT Martin's catching 5.5 at Rice. Give me the points. Fuck Rice. What are you doing here?
So we got a 5-2 team going to a 1-5 team. Everybody's like, Rice is terrible. They've lost 5 in a row.
You're right. You're right.
They
You're
haven't
right.
played at home since opening night.
You're right.
Rice is going to.
We should lock it. We should lock it.
I'm locking Rice. Let's go, baby.
This is correct. Clark is right in the chat. This is why we must take it. It makes no sense. They're finally home. Let's load up blindly on the Rice Owls. Lay the 5.5. You know, this might be my favorite game on the night just because both these teams have been very fun for us. Delaware State's heading to Chicago to take on Chicago State.
These are my 2 kids. I don't know who to take. I love these teams.
Give me Chicago State, but I don't feel actually give me. I think honestly, Delaware State's playing better this year. I'm going to take Delaware State plus the points. You?
I think last year Delaware State won outright. I think you got to take the points in this. I will watch this as a proud father of these two teams. So I love these 2 teams. I can't pick one.
We got an awesome game going on in Chicago. Illinois State against UIC.
Illinois State.
UIC's coming off of a 1-point loss. I am going to lay the points. Not going to lock it though, because Illinois State normally keeps a decent program. What are you doing here?
I think Illinois Chicago's covered like 6 in a row. Illinois State is a lot better than the record. I think the line's dropping quickly. I'm going to lock up the rivalry here.
Woo.
Give me the points, and I think they might win this outright. Illinois State.
Money line, Max saying, come fly with the Redbirds. Can I hear me out on this one here? SEMO's getting 9.5.
Oh God, this game.
Against the fucking Kangaroos of UMKC. I understand SEMO has been ass this year. Both these teams, I just feel like you got to take the points here, right?
I thought so, but why is UMKC laying 9? Is that telling us that they're
9.5? I'm seeing 9.5.
I'm staying away. I initially thought SEMO, but something tells me UMKC is going to fuck them up.
Shop around. You can get an 8 right now, by the way.
Whew. So this line's climbing.
I'm thinking about locking up SEMO.
Oh, steer clear.
It's an in-state battle.
This is Gardner Webb and whatever Queens tonight. I'm out of here.
All right, I'll stay away. But fuck, check the picks page. Yeah. Check the picks page. The Hawaii Rainbow Warriors are heading to Salt Lake City, catching 11.5 against Craig Smith's Utah Utes squad. Have you had a chance to check out this Hawaii team?
They're good. They're undefeated.
Yeah.
I think we take the points. Utah's coming off the big win.
Yeah. Okay. Give me the points.
This is not a true home game, by the way. I don't know if you mentioned that, Colby.
Oh, where's this game?
I think at the Jazz building.
Oh,
Oh, what the fuck?
The whole state of Utah is a cult. They're fine. Yeah.
Lock up Hawaii.
Yeah.
I hate this shit, man. Did we not learn our lesson tonight? Enough with these bullshit NBA arenas. If you want to go watch load management, go to that league.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though it's creeping into college basketball with that guy not going to play. You don't have my tights here. I'm not playing.
Good point.
Creighton laying 8.5 in Stillwater against Oklahoma State. Should we lock up Creighton? Creighton's coming off a loss.
They are coming off a loss. This is a desperation spot for Mike Boynton, though. I mean, Oklahoma State, here's a little pep talk. We're in the Big 12, man. We're the best league in America. It is embarrassing that you're getting 9 points at home against the Big East. I'm locking up the Cowboys. Let's fucking go. This is disrespectful.
I'm not locking
Buy low spot. I'm
not locking it. I'm actually gonna take Creighton, but I'm not locking it.
You're getting this thing at 9, by the way?
8.5.
There's 7s out there too.
Really?
Are you sure? I thought it opened at like 6.
Wait, there's a 7 right now. I can get Creighton -7.
Yeah. Not at.
Oh
at
yeah, there
Rivers,
is. Yeah, at another one.
Oh yeah, don't say that name.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, pay us to say your name. Get this cha-cha-cha Creighton team on the road out of here. Let's go, Cowboys. Have some fucking pride. Represent the Big 12. Let's win this fucking game.
No, should we bet Creighton?
I'm willing to if I get a nudge. Like, I don't love today's slate. We're talking about an Oklahoma State team that lost to Notre Dame.
The worst team in the Big 12.
They don't even pack that stadium. You know why they're not going to pack that stadium either? Is they're going to be down there in Dallas getting ready for that. Getting ready for that Big 12 football matchup.
Going to set the tone for the weekend. Gundy over
the
Longhorns.
So Colby, before you pull the trigger, does it worry you at all that Creighton lost to Nebraska last year and that's their next game?
Yes, it does. And you know I'm not a big fan of Creighton in general.
Correct.
They haven't played defense since fucking Benoit Benjamin.
So I would normally bet this. I am hesitating because I think
let's stay away.
They need to win that game.
Let's stay away. Look at this guy over here. He's
300 on the money line.
Money line, Mac.
Big 12,
how about
baby.
them Cowboys?
That young front court's gonna get beaten alive tomorrow.
By who? Kalkbrenner? He'll freaking get injured probably.
You want to see some stink? Why is UTSA laying 2.5 against Lamar?
I thought the same fucking thing.
Why?
I'm staying away.
They played on November 14th.
I know.
Lamar won by 8.
This should have worked for me. This should have worked with Little Rock in the last time.
I think we should take UTSA.
I think you're right. I don't think Lamar's good at all. So rematch.
Trust me, UTSA is not good either.
Yeah,
but
I know. Fuck.
I'll take UTSA. I'm not locking it. I'm not locking it.
No, yeah, I hate these teams.
Now I can be what's up, Noah?
Shout out to Justin Casey, by the way, bringing this up from yesterday. I did tweet out when I woke up today. If anybody wants to go back through my Twitter profile.
It's for those stalkers out there. Just next time, tweet out when the dog fights start, and if you could tweet out the odds on the. I've always thought, and I have no proof to back my argument here, but I've always thought that maybe the Bernese Mountain Dog could be a sleeper in some dog fights. They're mountain dogs. You know what I mean? They got a bunch of fucking hair, so sometimes you think they're going to bite for the throat, and all they get is fucking hair. I don't know. If you can tweet that out, I'd appreciate you, Noah. You could talk me into a lock here. Texas State's getting 19.5 or 20 against the Longhorns of Texas.
Yeah.
San Marcos catching 20. They're going to be a little asleep at the wheel of these Longhorns. Don't they have?
They have Shock on deck.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, lock up Texas State.
Let's go. Give me them. Give me them Bobcats. Let's go. 19.5, 20, whatever you get this shit at. I think you're fine.
Win by 10.
Can I say this? Can I say this? Like, how many people are there from the Shaka days? And Marquette is the home team against Texas. So
yeah, but I mean,
either way, it's a big game.
For the staff, like Rodney Terry, I mean, they're only 2 years removed from Shaka.
Transfer portal is crazy, and Chris Beard loves it. So, how many guys are on that team from that? I don't know.
I'm just saying, who cares?
I think
it's
that's
a big
more
game.
of a.
It's a big game.
It's a top 5 game too.
Yeah,
it's a big game. Yeah.
Okay, the next one, UC Davis and Jim Les catching 2.5 in Corvallis.
I feel like they're going to beat Oregon.
I think they're going to win too. Give me UC Davis to get it done.
Same.
Not betting it though.
Oregon State's got to have a little pride eventually though, right? I mean, god damn, they suck.
Riverside is catching 19.5 in Westwood at the Pavilion. I'm going to lay the night. I watched Riverside a couple times early. No, maybe they got a little bit better, but they're not the Riverside from the past few years. I'll lay the big number with UCLA. What are you doing here, Mac?
I'll take the points just because they have Villanova in 10 days. That's their next game, but it's not the biggest look ahead. That's why I'm not betting it. So I'll take the points with Riverside. UCLA wins by 18.
Noah?
I'm jumping in here because it was the last game of the slate. I'll jump in on Texas State against you guys. I don't think the Bobcats are a very good team, but then again, Texas hasn't won many games by 20 points this year. I don't know how legit Texas is, and you're talking about a look-ahead game to a top 5 team in Marquette. I like the Bobcats. It's a little brother angle. So, triple lock.
All right, folks, that's the slate. My locks are the Flamin' Libs plus the points in Boca Raton at the old folks' home. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line. The Butler Bulldogs against the Red Raiders. East Carolina Pirates because they're the greatest team ever. Also locking up South Florida on the points and money line. Don't overthink it. Do both. Also locking up Pine Bluff. APB, putting out an APB, getting 30 points in Norman. Also locking up the Golden Eagles of Tennessee Tech and the Rice Owls in their first home game. Check the picks page for SEMO. I might still bet SEMO. Also locking up Texas State plus 19.5 in Austin or 20, whatever you can get that thing at. Those are the plays. Mac, fire away.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got the Flamin' Libs and the points with FAU. The old Conference USA versus the new Conference USA. Looking forward to this one. Kick it off here tomorrow night. I got the Butler Bulldogs in a smash spot against Texas Tech and a good scheduling spot for Butler with Texas Tech coming off the Bahamas. Coppin State, I'd either live to get win number 1 tomorrow against Big Brother and UMBC. So it's going to hurt the stomach, but bet it. Let's go Coppin State, baby. Another one that we all like, South Florida going up to Hofstra. I think they're live in that game. Take the points. I think you sprinkle some on that money line. Jack State smash spot against South Alabama back at home for the first time in a month. Like that spot. Pine Bluff, way too many points at Oklahoma. Oklahoma played the game of the year against USC, and they got Big East Challenge on deck. Sandwich spot. Give me Pine Bluff in the big number. Tennessee Tech, you talked me into it. I like it at North Alabama. Too big a number, so I'll take the points. Rice back at home as well for the first time in a month. Lay it against UT Martin. 1-5 team laying points against a 5-2 team. There you go. Rivalry game. I'm taking Illinois State, the Redbirds against Illinois Chicago. I think that comes right down to the wire. So I'll sprinkle some on that money line. Get this cha-cha-cha fucking Creighton shit out of here. Oklahoma State's beating Creighton tomorrow night. It's their first true road game. Cowboys up, baby. We're going to set the tone for when Gundy beats the Longhorns. Give me the Cowboys at Gallagher Iba tomorrow night. And then we'll take the little brother, Texas State, over the Longhorns and the points.
The chat shout out to Ryan Hasty and Noah. I know you got to give your locks here, but we should also. What do you think our favorite play of the day should be to give away? Noah, fire away with your locks, and then we'll answer that.
Didn't love today's slate. Only 3 bets here, but they were all triple locks. So plus 6.5 with South Florida at Hofstra. That's after Hofstra's MTE win here. A little bit of a letdown spot. And the Bulls, they've gone win-loss so far this year. So we're catching them on a good day, hopefully. Then the next bet is plus 29.5 with Arkansas Pine Bluff at Oklahoma.
I see a 30.
Okay, plus 30 at Oklahoma. We've seen the Sooners already once in a look-ahead spot against the tomato can, not cover the line, and it was very comfortable too. I think peanut butter and jelly here cover as Oklahoma has Providence on deck. Lastly, plus 19.5 with Texas State at Texas. I'm not sure how good the Longhorns are yet this year. They play Marquette next, and Texas State has the little brother angle. So let's go with San Marcos there.
EJ is asking for our top 3 locks. So if I had to do my top lock, I think it's South Florida. That was the one that when I first went through, that jumped out to me the most. Now, having thought about some of these other ones, I do have a couple others that have grown on me. Do you have a top lock, Mac, that you would say?
The 2 short home teams. I love Butler and I love Jacksonville State.
Noah?
Pine Bluff. I didn't forget it.
We're all over the place. How about those that are our top 4 locks then? My order, I think, okay, this would be my advice. If I was handling your bank account, I would go heaviest on South Florida for 1 bet, but also bet South Florida money line. I would then pretty much just stick to $100 a bet for all the other locks we gave away.
Whatever you're comfortable with, unit wise.
Yeah, but stay consistent. Unless there's a slate like yesterday where you knew you had a bunch that you really liked, because I found myself like kind of struggling to convince myself for locks here. So just stay consistent, do all at the same. But if you're asking me gun to my head, if I had to power rank these, I think I would go 1 South Florida. 2 for me, I think would be Pine Bluff. 3, give me Butler at number 3.
I think we all like Butler. It's Hinkle, man.
Yeah.
Hinkle gets lit. First road spot for Texas Tech. We know the splits between Texas Tech and Lubbock versus not Lubbock.
Yeah. I think that would be the 3, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bet the hell out of the South Florida game, and then I'll take some of the money line plays that we did, like Tennessee Tech. I'll sprinkle the money line, and then I'll just throw the same amount of money on every other game. Any of the dogs I like, I'm going to sprinkle the money line on Liberty too. So to let you in, and East Carolina, of course, don't even play the 1.5, just play the money line.
The one that nobody's going to be on is Illinois State against Illinois Chicago in the rivalry. Everybody's in love with Illinois Chicago right now. I think it's a letdown.
Dude, do you play the money line on that?
Yeah, I think it comes right down the wire. I think they have a chance to win it. And like I was looking back at the history, those games are always close.
All right, you sold me on it.
Let's go.
Here I thought UIC off of a loss, but
so we get our kick.
Whoops, that's I wasn't trying to play that. Let's lock that up too. Fuck it, let's have some fun. Folks, we are the College Basketball Experience. We hope you are having a fantastic night, just like we are. And thank you for tuning in or listening, whatever platform you're using to view this, to listen to this, to watch this. We are grateful. And please, if you can, follow us on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Also, Moneyline Mac's on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. Noah Bieniek on the boards on Twitter at NoahB77_. Please, if you can, subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/The College Experience. And folks, that's the hub for all of our shows: the College Football Experience, the FCS College Football Experience, the College Baseball Experience with myself and Noah Bieniek. Also, the Big 12 Experience with Moneyline Mac and Company. Check it all out. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. And please, you know what? There's fucking 170 people watching this right now. Can you take 2 minutes out of your day and jump over to iTunes and give us a 5-star review? Sponsors, look at that shit. We had a sponsor in the office yesterday, and he was mentioning that's they like to see that when they go over there, they want to see fan engagement essentially. So I know we don't get comments at a unbelievable rate on iTunes. Why? It takes 2 minutes out of your fucking day. We take an hour and a half out of our life every night. You know, and we're grateful. We're not trying to hold it over your head, but just come on, get over there.
Sponsors would probably love to see that we have 175 people here on a Wednesday morning at 3:20 in the morning Eastern time.
And Colby, real quick, I should have shouted them out. I totally forgot. Zach, Steve, and Corey all drove up from North Carolina for the Radford ODU game. The picture on social media, they all wake up at 5:00 in the morning to go to work. So they listen
Who's
to
their
us.
team?
Radford, the Radford guys. So it was a tough night for us, but shout out to them. Just want to give them a shout out because they made the trip up from North Carolina. They'll be getting up here in about hour and a half to listen to the show.
Joe, and Corey, correct?
Zach, Steve, and Corey.
Oh, I'm just making up names. Zach, Steve, and Corey. Hey, Zach, Steve, and Corey, send me a DM on Twitter at the Colby D. Just do that. Send me a DM. All right. Appreciate you driving that way. Hopefully you made it home safe. Thanks everybody. Until next time. And we will go out with a banger. Don't worry. All right. This is the College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks episode 4. Thursday, November 30th. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
We believe in the virus, in the spirit of ECU. We believe every moment there was nothing that we couldn't do. We set out to defend our name, and now we'll never be the same. Never be the same. 'Cause we
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
Can't be found. My celly's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. They say the Lord watches over my sins, over my head, watching hair as it thins. Over the ledge, it ain't letting me in. There's still regiments and relevance to letting me win. Win, win, lose or draw. You ain't prepared unless you all ready to lose it all. Losing a brawl? Yeah, that's a ride a day. Good friends know my Nina Hideaway. They came and went, but the riders stay. So it's like I won the lottery and can't be found. Until I resurface with the latest purchase. 33 and a third and 45 circles. You ain't got that shit. And I ain't 45 king. But on the beats, I've been doing my thing. I start the program and the doorbell ring. I gotta leave town to a place I can't be found. My celly's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. American dreams, lessons, and still they work. I guess the sand on the beach